Well, a good day, a welcome back to you. Looks familiar? Well, nothing say she get through like burglar bars, a little current, some AC units, and an internet that working. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if to feel proud, excited, shocked, stunned, but in a nutshell, Claire Dottin finished her project. She not only finished her project, she finished it on time and in budget. And don't mind she tell me she was having such a hard time. I talked to Claire already. Claire handled this like a boss, and nice things are on the way. I got pictures and nice things to show you. I'm Kelly Johnley, this is Bajan Renovation, Claire Dottin's project. So they say confession is good for the soul. So because we are now filming a show I didn't plan to film today, I now have to confess my sins to you so we don't bad mind the rest of the show. So what had happened was, because you know all good stories start like that, what had happened was, as you know, we were tracking Claire's renovation, and the last time we came here, well, she had gotten a good way. You know, we could see the structure coming together. She was really making good progress. Claire still had a little way to go. Rewind now to last week. I went to Claire to get my lashes filled, and Claire was having an existential crisis. Claire was ready to throw away the whole house. Those are her words. She was ready to throw away the whole house. Now, as I lay there on the bed, getting my lashes filled, I low-key felt good. Because you know, the last time we were here, she was very confident. Like, she's the only boy that know how to renovate a house and manage a budget. And I was like, whatever, Claire, you know. But I say, you know what, this renovation has humbled her. So in my heart, because you know, it's your own kind that's bad mind, yeah, I said, good. But when we come to see Claire again, I'm going to come and offer Claire some words of encouragement. You know, as the renovator of the people, let me help console Claire, to tell her that everything is going to be okay, and to give my expert input on how she's to get this house finished. Well, I ain't really so sure what to talk about today because the renovation is done. Shaka will now show you what Claire did by herself, on time and in budget. And during that time, I can gather my thoughts because I thought I was coming to a work in progress. This is what Claire has done with her house. Well, one of us knows how to manage a renovation, come in on time and in budget, and one of us is not me. Claire, I am at a loss for words, to the point that I'm looking around trying to figure out where to start to speak to you. Explain to me how this house got current, not electricity, current. I seen an internet box, I seen burglar bars, I seen a yard done. I trying to find a problem, Claire, and I can't find none. Claire, they got appliances that are wrapped.
Stick to the plan.
Well done, you.
Stick to the plan. All I can say is I stuck to the plan.
All right, Yoda.
And I can't take credit for all of this. This is definitely my contractor and his team. and them understanding the mission.
Well, I had last night in preparing to come and console you, right, on this about this project, I went and took a look back at the first show that we did together. At the time, we didn't have cabinets, we were tiled, a fitting was coming back, we certainly didn't have no internet box, the yard was not done, the bathroom, there were a lot of things that weren't done. And I mean, granted, the place was not, it was not an uproar, but you still, at least visually to me,
we were still a little
you
bit,
had
so.
a way to go. Tell me what has taken place. Just take us through the process of what has been happening over the past couple of weeks.
So in that time, we pretty much added all the finishes. I believe at the time we were here last, the inside may have been trottle plastic, but definitely not the outside.
Not done.
Yeah, that wasn't done yet. The cupboard doors weren't on. So things were in place, but not finished.
Okay.
So basically the last few weeks have been all about finishing. Yeah.
But I still see the hair is on your head and looking flouncy. What, if anything, surprised you along the way? Because I'm now coming back in like what I call the HGTV effect, where everything seems to have happened very smoothly. But I know there were at least one or two, at least by my standards, very minor things. You know, like her roof wasn't off, her house wasn't being rewired. I remember you told me there was an issue in the kitchen. What was happening that was causing you to throw away the whole house, Claire?
I think my biggest problem in life is that I like a plan, and when it does not go according to plan, I start to panic.
Got
I had timelines associated with things, and the timeline shifted a little bit.
A week, a day or two, Claire? An hour? A week? Okay, continue. They're there.
The order in which I thought things were going to go didn't necessarily happen,
Okay.
and that is a reality of doing a construction. The snagging process is what threw me for a loop. So I was of the opinion, but we done do it already. Like, what are we doing this over? But the reality is things happen in between, and things get a little smudged and maybe a little knocked and dented here and there, and you got to tidy up and a little paint in the corner and something else. So yeah.
Well, just so I could continue to sound informed, for those of you who don't know, snagging is when you come to the stage after finishes, where you go through the property to make any minor corrections and repairs. As Claire has hinted, it might be a tile got cracked along the way, something got broken, all those little details that are needed to make the place feel finished. See, I'm trying to contribute to the show. So I remember at least one issue you had, Claire, is that you told me something about the tiling in the kitchen. The tiling looks fine. What was wrong?
There were one or two tiles that we replaced that had gone chipped, so that got fixed, and that was it.
Are you, I mean, I know the answer, but are you in budget, Claire?
Yes, we are.
Okay, Claire. Were there any surprises along the way? Not just in terms of budgeting, but this would have been a first time reno for you. What would you say surprised you along the way?
I think the cost of some of the things were a bit more than I anticipated, but the reality is we are still in budget. Thankfully, my contractor had a firm hold on the budget, and something that I advise anybody doing a renovation to do, always consult with your contractor before you go buying.
So you handle a lot of the purchases yourself?
I did.
Because people often ask when it comes to managing a budget, did you give your contractor, I guess we call significant deposits? How did it work?
So I did give him deposits, but at the same time, I controlled purchasing a lot of the materials. So he would place the orders, he would tell me what was necessary, and I would go and pay for them. Or if they were, like, for instance, like fixtures and that type of thing, those finishes, I asked, well, what's the budget that I can work within? And that's how I made my choices. As far as like the tiles and so on, he told me the cost per tile that he was looking at. So when I went and
you had a budget to work with.
I had a budget to work with, and did not go and marry myself to something that was way out of the budget.
Okay, so now you know there's this story we used to read at school, the boy that cried wolf. You are the person that cried wolf. So I can tell you, I know this for sure. If we as a country were ever in a crisis,
don't call me.
Don't call Claire.
I panicked
because I seriously came down here with a completely different plan for this conversation, and I was like, well, that's an AC unit, but she got burglar bars, but this house looked very done. I'm still actually here.
The snagging
lost words.
The snagging threw me for a loop. I was surprised.
It's nothing to talk about.
I was surprised. I thought we were done. I was like, but I thought we were done. I had things scheduled. I had appointments scheduled, cleaning and everything. So those things threw me off a little bit. But
Claire,
I'm a very
In the
planned
words
person.
of Lisa Coyle, who we spoke with recently, your tolerance is a lot lower than mine.
It is.
When I tell you that I have a problem, if I said, Claire, we have a problem at the house, it means we ain't got no roof, we ain't got no sidewall, we ain't got no tiles, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money.
I can't estimate when I speak to you then, Kelly. I need to understand
but Claire,
the severity of the problem.
The snagging at me, and I'm like, Claire, you can't go to war with me.
No, I can't.
No, you can't go to war. You are the boy that we leave in the village to help tend the wounded.
I can create the logistics of how we are going to win the war, but definitely don't take me into the battle.
No,
please.
I am cut for battle. You don't. I try to find something to tell you. So I know that you have nice things coming.
Yeah.
So guys, here a picture of a few of Claire's nice things. I wish to say that I guided Claire in this direction. This is me showing how I contributed to the process. When are nice things supposed to come?
That still has not been scheduled because we are now back at the stage of cleaning. So as soon as that is organized.
Oh, this major issue.
Yeah.
Cleaning. Ooh.
Again, we need to schedule them
Cleaning.
So we can't bring these things into dust. So.
But we're looking at within the month.
Yeah.
So
hopefully.
You had shared with us in the first episode, and just as a recap, are you moving in? Is this a rental unit?
The long-term plan is still for rental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you will enjoy it a little bit. We can still come and eat food from your fridge and pull your fridge door.
Well, it won't be my fridge door, but yes.
Okay. Now, this seems very much like a fairy tale. I know it was not easy, and I think something that you really got right, I would have shared in the first episode, Claire is self-employed. And I know there's usually a lot of conversation about going to the bank as a self-employed person. Just for the benefit of those watching maybe for the first time, how did you ready yourself for this?
Funny enough, I don't think I was planning for this, but in general, as a self-employed person, the recommendation across the board is always have your financials in order. Even if you spend something I was taught very early in my career, even if you let go all the money on the most frivolous of things, deposit all of your money first. The bank needs to know that you are capable of making money.
Yes.
So they can't offer you any facility without the proof that you can pay it back. So that is the most major important part.
Okay. Start to finish again, how long was this process?
We started in August. So yeah. We're
August of last year, Claire?
Yes. So we're on target.
You're on target. All right, I'm looking at our property now, and I think you could come and deal with it, okay?
No, I'll send my contractor.
You say you're a contractor. So
I'll help you pick out details, but
so we have furniture coming, and I know Shaka is going to show you all some before and afters, and you've been very good in terms of taking pictures in between. So you guys will be seeing a bit of the process. But Claire, on behalf of the Bajan Renovation community, who you have literally deprived of 2 other shows of you lamenting depression, me offering words of advice and counsel, spiritual support, a church service. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We look forward to receiving the nice things and bringing some little wine or champagne down here to help you settle into the place. I'll find some guidance to offer her on entertaining, because right now she don't need my help with this. And because Claire is superior to all of us, of course, while we are recording, her contractor will just happen to pass by to check something, right? Don't mind, there are no problems here. He's just checking up on something. So we have we have encouraged him to say a few words. So everyone, this is Carlos Reid. Carlos, the 2 questions I have for you. Contractors very often get a bad rap. You will more likely hear the horror stories of a construction project before anyone has anything good to say. For the whole time I've been speaking to Claire about this reno, any challenges she had were never so much contractor related. It was really just the process of things coming together. For the client now, for people like Claire and myself and those of us saying, okay, the contractor this, the contractor that, what can we do as the homeowner to help you do a better job or to play our part in the process?
Well, a number of things. One of them is transparency.
Okay.
You've got to be honest with one another, clear with one another what the expectations are.
Okay.
And in situations where the client is handling money and stuff like that, then the client has to understand that there are sequences. They can't spend out of sequence they have to consult the contractor because they need to know what is budgeted for certain areas of the
I want
job.
you to break that down for me because my contractor told me that. So when you say the client is managing money, obviously the bank disperses the funds to us. And I know at least what you hear most people doing, you don't give all the money to the contractor. We're to disperse in phases, correct?
Yeah.
So when you say in sequence, what are we supposed to be doing or not doing?
Well, sometimes what will happen, we might do a semi-labor only contract.
Okay.
So the client will be purchasing stuff as well.
Okay.
So they have funds in hand. Now they have to understand that when you're on the foundation, you can't buy a kitchen sink.
Whew. Y'all should feel attacked. Continue, because when I love a sale, right? When if you buying for tiles for houses that ain't got no roofs, but continue.
Right, so when you do stuff like that, then you take money that's needed for something else and you spend it elsewhere, then the budget is out of whack.
And what you will find, guys who have not learned this yourselves, is that the bank disperses in phases. So when you take the money for the tiles to decide that you're buying lights, the bank still expects to see the tiles on the ground. They're not going to say, oh, here's the invoice for the lights. You won't get the money in the phases, and then you are now under pressure to perform a miracle.
And then the client is under pressure as well because they have to get that money back into the job.
Yes.
Right? They can't expect me to put it out of my pocket.
Correct.
Although some people might expect that. So it's a balance, and if we don't work together, then we always have challenges.
Well, it seems like this went smoothly. A question regarding variances. Do you see a lot of challenges with people having a plan on paper and then as the work progresses changing their minds or being inspired?
Yeah, HGTV is a problem.
Problem is such a strong word.
Yeah, because people they want the lowest cost on the project, and they start with the best intentions as it relates to cost.
Yeah.
But then they see stuff that looks nicer than what they had in mind.
Yes.
And obviously nicer costs more money.
Okay.
So
again, that throws out the budget.
So there are two things that you can do. You can say, okay, you can buy the nicer, but then you know you have to put cash back into the budget.
Right.
Or you have to sacrifice something else.
Okay.
All right. So you either make up your money, you can inject some funds, or you can make a sacrifice down the line.
Do you see the value of working with one contractor managing a whole project? Or I know that there are people who bring different service providers onto our project. Oh, this body come in to tile, this body come in to do the plumbing. What is better? What's the best approach from your perspective?
They can both work. I prefer one person managing the project and bringing in their people as they need them. But if somebody wants to bring their own, let's say electrician or whatever the case may be, as long as they're available when they want them, they don't have a problem.
Okay. Well, guys, that was Carlos Reid, who I will now steal for myself for an upcoming project. Don't bother call Carlos, he is busy.